Everyone, we're back with more God of War. We still got 2.5 hours left to stream, so... We came to Greece to spread some ashes. From Greece. Doesn't justify all the damage they've done to the world. Maybe. Might be right. I can see where you're coming from. I mean, if Atreus only knew that his dad fucked over the entire land of Greece. Oh yeah.
You who walks among the living, my beloved Gulvig calls to me. She yearns for peace, yet her remains lie in pieces. I beg of you, make my Gulvig whole again.
You want us to collect her bones? Gross.
Gulvig's Sather magic knows no bounds. She can reunite you with those you've lost.
Really? How?
Boy.
I can smell your grief, child. Rest assured, her magic is strong enough to create bridges between life and death, if only for a short while.
Boy, we are leaving.
They've taken 3 of Sweet Gulvig's bones and spread them across the lake. Bring me her bones, child. Gulvig will reward you.
I don't remember this quest.
Good. The special chisel is ahead past this gate.
I like how the ogres just get to a certain point of health and then they're like just not very dangerous anymore. They just immediately. Oh, why are you here? I was expecting Reavers, not this dark elf shit. Oh shit. That's gotta hurt. Sorry, dude.
My fair Gulvig. This realm suffers without her spirit.
Dude, shut up about Gulvig. I thought I asked you because he wanted to use your toilet.
Why?
Didn't you hear him? We could talk to Mom again. If we keep an eye out
Look
while
if you wish, boy. I will not be distracted by this fool's errand.
So, in the case of this area, do you really think he fucked up a lot of shit like the
This
elf
chisel
area?
you seek. What is it?
I'm glad you asked, actually. I have just the story for you. There was a giant once named Thamur. A very giant, who, despite his mountainous size, was without question the greatest stonemason this world had ever seen. Proud Thamur hoped to one day pass his vast knowledge on to his son. But young Hrimthur had the heart of a warrior. Perhaps the father had too much fear in him, or the son too little. Either way, a quarrel of theirs spiraled out of control, and the overworked stonemason, bonk, struck his son. Hrimthur ran off into the night. Feeling shame and regret, Thamur chased after his son. But in his emotional state, soon found himself wandering Midgard, lost and alone. Sadly, he caught the eye of the one person he didn't want to meet alone that night, so far from home. Thor.
And what happened next?
You'll see.
Okay, so he committed, as I was saying, on the elves. Yeah, it's just not great. Oh shit! Look at that.
We found a village?
Aye. When Thamur fell, he crushed a charming place famed for worshipping the Vanir god Njord. Thor always took credit for planning that one. The truth is, the sweaty clawbag just got lucky.
Anyway, you missed more amazing content. You have to explain to your mother how to download attachments from one email and attach them to another. Ah, yes. Your mom last night wanted to download something on her phone and attach it and email it to me so I could email it to her. She didn't understand that she could just email it to herself. I need to get a new controller because I've worn out the thumbstick on this, but I don't want to pay $80 for a controller. Saint, can you send me your PS4 controller?
We seek a chisel.
The tip of one, yes. Very, very giant chisel.
War as hell is a sign they're gonna go into a frenzy where they can attack with incredible speed. You swear all people must be doing this on purpose? PS4 controllers are close to die. I don't typically watch other people's critiques of things because I end up finding them stupid. Sorry. I'm not saying his is, I'm just saying I end up just completely being annoyed more by reviews. Most of them have some weird agenda.
That big crystal on the giant's ring looks promising. Darn, that didn't seem to do anything.
You have one that the X sticks, one the triangle doesn't work, one that holding up on the stick doesn't stay holding up, so you constantly have to stop moving forward. And my newest one, the L2 R2 at 1, so then they randomly push themselves, so it can't be held to charge things. Really, I haven't had that. I've had this PS4 controller since I've got my PS4.
Oh, neat trick, lad.
Thanks. His idea.
The other reason I don't tend to read reviews is most people tend to be subjective in their reviews. And I don't care what someone else's experience is. That doesn't necessarily mean my experience is going to be the same way. For example, my brother, he played and reviewed Darksiders 1 and absolutely hated it. I played Darksiders 2 and love it. I absolutely adore the Darksiders series.
What happened to the survivors?
Oh, Thamur was a frost giant. When he died, his
I'll check it out.
breath froze everything.
Joseph, let me write it down. Joseph Anderson. Okay, I've taken it down. Oh look, there's another one here. We door number 6.
This is locked up good.
We come back here, I think. The Xbox 360 controller lasted you for around 12 years and it's still good. I just upgraded to the one because it's better. You played the first one for a little bit. It's pretty good. The first one, what? You ever had any issues with PS4? Okay, so yeah, that's what I was saying. I actually have not had any issues with my PS4 controller. In fact, my Xbox 360 controller was great too. One of my Xbox One controllers died. Oh! Yeah, Darksiders 1. Yeah, I adore that game. Makes me happy. Darksiders 2, I actually enjoy it a little more than I like Darksiders 1. And Darksiders 3, I didn't like as much as I liked Darksiders 2, but it was still a pretty solid game. I still enjoyed it.
Father, look up there.
Because of your 3-armed condition, you can only use N64 controllers. Incidentally, I am the N64 controller, only Super Smash Bros. Champion. 56. Wow. So see, that's what I mean though. Like it's entirely subjective what you can do. Look at this guy's hand. The detail on that. I haven't replaced my Joy-Cons because I just got my Pro
Find the
controller.
tip of that chisel. That's the magic we need.
And look at that.
Hostiles up ahead. Just give the word. And I'll find light crystal. I know what it's for. I'm ready! I'm not ready!
Oh, how do you miss? Oh, you got cut in half.
Watch your back!
Thank you for letting me to wait and lose your buddy. That's gross.
That takes care of that.
I don't do any handheld with my Switch, so. See, it's kind of funny, like, yeah, that's crazy, horrible luck.
What does it say?
Yes, sir. To Njord, we offer back the sea's bounty.
Ah, yes. It was believed that Njord calmed the winds and seas for the fishermen. For that, they loved and worshipped him here.
Really do anything, so we probably have to break that. You. Okay, maybe. Probably gonna summon something for me to fight. Dudes, what do you think of this giant corpse? Why did he give me rune armor? Look at that guy. Okay. That'll be that guy. Hey, were there any games that you really wanted to like but just couldn't? Good old Ice Ancient.
Good.
Ready?
You fucking. Hey, here. Oh, you little shitbag. An ancient in the ice and snow. I wonder if they have thoughts like we do. I can't hear any. They don't have any mouths or ears. None that I can see anyway. They're mostly pretty peaceful, unless we attack first. I'd never say this to Father, but I wish we could just leave them alone. Killed with his own attack. Hey, frost resistance. There you go. A saying hello! You really want him to like StarCraft 2? Waited 2 years for it. Got a beta key, played a ton. Got the collector's edition on release. Then 4 months after that, you started playing LoL. Yeah. Good to know. I'm sorry. I don't like LoL.
That's Andy.
I don't like a game where the community shames anybody out of playing it, and that's really irritating. And LoL is probably the worst I've ever seen for that.
That did it.
Hey, there we go. Oh, hi there. Okay. Damn, alright. Okay, so now we just need the other one. Guess we should pick this up while I'm here. I've played Overwatch, and that I never felt as annoyed as I did playing LoL. Maybe the other mobile games, but from what I could see, LoL's reputation as being as bad as it is pretty well earned. That's not an enemy. Overwatch is not popular? I don't know about that. It's not as popular as LoL. LoL's like the most played game in the world. At least it used to be. That and COD, but Overwatch is pretty popular. Popular enough to get a league, at the very least. Mimi? What is Mimi? I don't understand that reference. Not that I know of. I mean, it's suffering because of COVID, but everything's suffering because of COVID. Me. I don't know that either.
Atreus, to me.
I've never met anybody who has a positive opinion of LOLs. That's an odd choice. Mark of the Ranger. Oh, there you go. Another one to increase it. What was it? Tapered a WoW killer or a LOL killer? Was that Overwatch's a LOL killer? Was that something? Because I've never heard that, but you figure if that's true, you'd figure Blizzard would realize the fallacy of making a claim like that, considering every game that claimed it was a WoW killer and failed. And so far, I've been right on that case. The only game that will kill WoW is WoW. Oh, that was pretty pro. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying LoL's a bad game. I'm not into MOBAs personally, and my experience trying to get into the game was not great, and I just never went back to it.
How are we getting down there?
I have a plan.
You do?
Do not act so surprised.
Oh, no offense, brother, but I don't even think Thor with Mjolnir in hand could get through that much ice.
Then Thor's a fool.
This should be entertaining.
Boy.
Right.
Oh, you get racked, dude. What the hell not be flying? One of your favorite parts is coming up? I only really played StarCraft 2's single-player campaign anyway, and I enjoyed that.
You want to be that guy? Look out! Behind you!
Yeah, my experience getting into it was far worse than any other game, which is where my claim comes from. But it's like one of the most subjective. It might just be one of those subjective things, like, right? Like Windtree, she claims that Final Fantasy XIV has one of the most toxic communities because she starts fights with literally everyone, and because of that, she has. Ow. That was probably not the best choice. Hang on, let me go this way. Whereas I've almost never run into any issues on FF14. Right? I've played FF14 since December 3rd, 2013. And have had maybe 5 really notable bad experiences. Many of those were because of Windtree.
Oh, hey! You again!
Oh,
Come
stop.
on up!
That's good to hear, at least. Father's strong enough to block one of his attacks, but it takes some time for him to recover. Smarter to avoid altogether. Swinging wildly won't break his guard, but if Father uses his block break, he should be able to find an opening. Yeah, that's what I do. That's how I handle. I'm also not much of a role-playing game, or not role-playing game. I play lots of role-playing games. I'm not a huge fan of multiplayer games. I'm also not very competitive, but I also don't think the way people
Wow, that was something, that fight. Here, catch. Well, that was a waste of a perfectly good
How
hour.
were you not seen? There is nowhere here to hide.
Oh, that. It's a little trick my people can pull. A special way of not being seen.
You can be invisible?
More like I can step into the realm between realms. And your mind doesn't understand what it's seeing, so it sees nothing at all. That's how we avoid ever having to actually use the weapons we craft. It doesn't seem to work on dragons, though.
Your brother wanted to know if you're getting enough to eat. I guess I could tell him you are.
Brock was asking about me? Was there meat on his breath? You let him touch this again. Come on, then.
So that's how Brock was in the temple right after the water drop. He stepped between realms.
Okay, now shush. I need complete silence for this. There you go.
all he did was smack it with the little hammer. So, Putin, I think it's fascinating the experience you have versus the experience that I and others have had.
You don't need to make excuses to say hello.
So, this plan of yours,
Can you guess it?
knowing you, it doesn't involve standing around here.
Correct.
But how do we move forward? Boy, he really liked Drooler, didn't he? He braided his beard.
I happen to think he looks dashing. You know, for a snow-covered corpse.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that Sindri's so, like, germophobic, yet he's got his fucking thing set up right by this guy's mouth. Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of people propagate bad communities just because it gets them views or blah blah blah. Which is a little sad. I see.
Careful! My shop's right here!
Yeah, it's your mistake, dude.
We heading
Live
into
stream
that
fail
building?
farming.
Yes.
You think there's something inside that'll help us break the ice and get to the chisel tip?
No.
I'll keep thinking.
I also find people get way too angry too easily when playing games like that. It's true. It's amazing how things change over time, eh?
Ready yourself.
Oh. Who's got a shield?
Hit ya!
You. Probably aren't the best ones to be using here. Dead. Ignored the obvious threat. The child. Everyone wanted to be edgy. Michael33776, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Jump Club. We got a pretty great community. And quite a bit of differing opinion today on things, which is kind of neat. This traveler has a huge shield as it makes breaking through his extremely tough armor even tougher. So, it's not even that, right? Like, it's just, you know, society changes as it goes. For all these.
Come here. You knew this place? Before?
I came here on a diplomatic mission once, trying to broker a peace between Asgard and Vanaheim. A war. So many lives lost. What I didn't know was Thor had already gone on a killing spree of giants.
What do the giants have to do with the war between the gods?
Nothing at all, lad. That's the tragedy of it. They took no side in that madness. But Odin's paranoia is surpassed only by Thor's lust for blood.
Man, it's funny. These games and Norse mythology depict Thor as kind of a bastard. Okay, why are you pushing it so far? I only wanted you to move it a little bit. Yeah, I've never been much for League in that, and that's not necessarily saying that League's bad. It's just I've never been much for it. Multiplayer games in general, I have a hard time getting into. Actually, temporarily power up the live axe with small exposure of frost damage that hit and slight bonus damage. Oh, okay. Give it a go. Give her a go. Like, I wanna be, but at the same time, I got so many, like, single-player games that I'm just like, I'd rather just these. No? That's it. Alright. Little biscuit. We're just stopping loud and fast to make something, then something exciting's happening. I believe that. Like, LoL had a huge impact on esports. Anybody who denies that's silly. But even in the casting, like, it takes a lot of practice to be good at that too. Absolutely agree. Silly would deny anything because he thinks it's fun. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain as to why he thinks it's fun, but...
Oh, You got most of it.
Talking fast to explain is just color casting. Every sport. Yeah. Not everybody's into that type of casting, and I get that.
Well, a stealthy plan it is not.
Now we must free the other strap.
We do?
I get that that's not everyone's cup of tea when it comes to casting, but at the same time, it's not a huge deal either. Now let's shoot this one more time and see what this gets us. Well, got our way forward, so it was worth it. Wait, are they... I figure German football casters are just constantly screaming and sounding angry. Fake hype just kills your hype. Kills your buzz. Hang on. Hey, we can just climb up this.
Why are we going up when what we need is all
You
the way
hate
down?
sausage!
Think.
Arena, hi!
Well,
It's just
the
sausage.
tip is under thick layers of ice, so melting it won't work.
Correct.
And there weren't any shattered crystals nearby for me to shoot, so that's not an option.
Correct.
That just leaves smashing the ice. We need something ridiculously heavy to... Oh, I get it now.
Good.
Arena! You love this part? Yeah. You think they legit love the game? That's where their energy's coming from? I guess what Asane is saying is that when nothing's happening, it doesn't
How are we
feel
going to
like
turn the
it's
hammer so it lands near
actual...
the chisel tip?
They might be trying to
Not possible.
drum up hype.
We cut it free, write it down, and figure out what comes next after.
So your plan involves a whole bunch of luck then?
You are welcome to suggest a different one.
You can't stand sausage, but here I am eating 5 of them because you're hungry.